If we're going to do one thing, let's make sure the kids get the right start.
That smile, that light that goes on when somebody can actually read something and understand what it says, there's nothing else better than that.
And so what that looks like to a child is that your parent, your grandparent, your loved one takes time out of their day to hold you close and share a story with you. And that time is invaluable to help not only your brain grow, learn vocabulary, but the emotional growth you get, the security you feel that someone is spending that time to read to you and share that story with you, maybe make some funny voices.
You can go anywhere you want to go if you can read a book.
Reach Out and Read is an evidence-based program. It's a model that supports healthcare providers in providing early literacy guidance, along with a new and developmentally appropriate book at each well child visit. So when families come in to get their child's checkups, see if they need things like shots or check on their growth, providers also talk about the importance of reading at an early age.
It's a good time to do it because they're already coming in.
It's been helpful to learn that you don't always have to read the words that are in the book, but just pointing to the pictures and talking them through it is still kind of that early reading skills that they're learning.
The thing that I've learned is the appropriate level book that they should have.
It would be one thing if we're just saying, read aloud to your child, read aloud to your child. Well, what does that look like at 6 months versus 9 months versus 15 months versus 2 years? You know, that is an important distinction that not all providers feel comfortable talking about. But if you go through the Reach Out and Read training, you end up having those tools to help guide parents.
It is very nice to know that we have this extra little bit of help.
Starting at about 6 months, it's that socialization is starting, and we're looking for those developmental milestones, and that's the time when we start introducing the books.
It's a great way to screen for fine motor, verbal, expressive, understanding.
The books help with that because you can ask a child to point to a picture in a book, and if they can point to the picture, then probably they can hear okay. But if they can't say it, then maybe it's an articulation thing or a processing thing and not a hearing thing. So it helps us identify things like autism.
At 9 months, maybe they're able to hold the book in 2 hands. Really in the next couple visits, we should see them start to turn pages.
Can they recognize colors? Can they recognize body parts?
You forget you have to teach your kid that stuff. Like they don't know it.
We know that we need to have good language development before the age of 3. If we don't have good communication development by 3, they probably are never going to catch up to their peers.
And if they can't have that full potential as learners, they're not going to be able to participate in our society as they grow older.
We have a chance right from the get-go to impact that and help build better brains.
We want the parents to talk to the child, to read to the child, to sing to the child, to use a lot of language in the environment.
A lot of parents might not know how important it is to read daily.
The more words she hears, she tries harder to copy what you're saying. So it helps to increase her vocabulary when we read together.
That's one of the best things you can do to prepare them to succeed for kindergarten. And so you, the parent, has a great power as their first teacher. And you can teach them so much just by sharing a book with them every day.
The foundation supported Reach Out and Read because it was such a cost-effective program.
The Grotto Foundation has been thrilled to fund Reach Out and Read for a few years now.
Just about every charitable dollar that you give is going directly into the implementation of the program.
Personally, I'd like to see it become eventually what we call a bookend state, where every clinic in the state is a participant in Reach Out and Read.
That's really an impressive goal.
I love working with the Reach Out and Read program and being able to give those books to the kids.
We thought it was a great program because we had a lot of immigrant families that are sort of falling through the cracks that maybe don't have high literacy rates.
At a time when we're looking for how can we address some of these deep disparities we have in Minnesota, Reach Out and Read really should be at the forefront of that conversation.
So that every child in the state of Minnesota has the opportunity to get books and learn about reading and the importance of reading at an early age.
As every child comes home and reads and learns to love reading, as every family learns to love reading, well then no matter where they end up, they have the tools to start writing their own story.